Got home a little after 8. Dropped my keys beside the door. Didn't feel like cooking much, so I opened up the app. Same place I've ordered from before, same thing sitting in my cart. Didn't read a single line, just tapped through every part. The TV wasn't really on, just making light inside the room. I filled a glass with ice and water, thinking food would get here soon. Then my phone began to buzz, driver's getting close to you. A photo came a minute later with a message saying, delivered, sent to the old place again. Halfway across the town I'm in, I never changed the address out, just left it sitting there somehow. The food was waiting by a door that isn't mine anymore. Funny how I didn't know some things never really go. I stared at that delivery photo, trying hard to place the street. Then I saw the welcome mat I used to wipe my shoes on. Thought about calling support, thought about asking for help, but the driver did his job right, it wasn't really on him. So I sat back on the couch, eating crackers from a box, while my dinner cooled somewhere a few miles from this spot. Kinda laughed and shook my head, nothing else that I could do. Just a small forgotten setting that had made it all the way through. Sent to the old place again, halfway across the town I'm in. I never changed the address out, just left it sitting there somehow. The food was waiting by a door that isn't mine anymore. Funny how I didn't know some things never really go. I changed my number once, changed the lock screen twice, moved the furniture around, learned a different route home. There were boxes moving, trucks, forms to sign and things to pack, but one little line inside an app never got updated back. It's strange what gets left behind, not the things you think about, not the big important stuff, just details you miss somehow. Sent to the old place again, a meal I never got to have, and all because a saved address stayed exactly where it was. The order's probably gone by now, someone else might have brought it in, but tonight I learned a tiny thing about where I've already been. Next time I'll probably fix it, next time I'll probably check, but tonight it stayed there waiting at an address I forget. Rain wasn't coming down that hard, just enough to call a ride. I stood outside the grocery store with one small bag by my side. The driver asked me where to go, same way they always do. I opened up my mouth and said an address I once knew. He typed it in and looked at me, asked if that sounded right. I checked the screen and shook my head, no, sorry, not tonight. Funny how it came out first, I never moved away, like my brain was running on some version of another day. The first address that came out wasn't where I live now. Haven't had a key for years, still found its way somehow. I know the streets have changed a bit, I know the neighbors too, but when somebody asks me home, that's the one that still comes through. The ride was only 15 minutes, traffic moving nice and slow, street lights passing by the windows, places I already know. The driver didn't think much of it, probably hears worse every week. People mixing up directions, forgetting names they meant to speak. I laughed about it to myself, looked out at the passing signs, wondering why some tiny things take their time to leave your mind. Not the phone number I had, not the couch I used to own, just a line with the building number still hanging around alone. The first address that came out wasn't where I live now. Haven't had a key for years, still found its way somehow. I know the streets have changed a bit, I know the neighbors too, but when somebody asks me home, that's the one that still comes through. I remember carrying boxes up and down those narrow stairs, trying not to drop the lampshade, getting dust all in my hair. Nothing important happened there, no big goodbye, no final scene, just a place I spent some time in, somewhere in between. Maybe that's the reason why I stayed longer than expected. Never felt important enough to notice it was connected. The first address that came out caught me by surprise tonight, a place I haven't thought about until I heard it said out loud. The driver fixed it in a second, we were moving right away. Before a moment I was headed somewhere I don't live today. Got home and put the groceries down, set the receipt beside the sink, then forgot about the whole thing until now, I think. Left the store with a bottle of water, nothing special on my mind. Traffic moving through the evening, same as any other night. Crossed the street without thinking, turned where I used to turn. Took a few more steps before I noticed I wasn't going where I live. Funny how your feet decide before the rest of you does. I hadn't walked that way in months, still ended up there somehow. Took the shortcut again to a place I don't go now. Past the corner with the blue sign and stopped and looked around. I wasn't lost or anything, just further than I meant to be. Guess some roads stay in your head longer than they need to. There used to be a coffee shop near the end of that block. Now the windows look different and the chairs are all gone. Someone painted over the mural. The bus stop got moved down the street. Everything kept moving forward even when I didn't see. I wasn't trying to remember, wasn't looking for the past. the shortcut again to a place I don't go now. Past the corner with the blue sign, then stopped and looked around. I wasn't lost or anything, just further than I meant to be. Guess some roads stay in your head longer than they need to. Back then it saved me 10 minutes every weekday after work, long enough to become something I could do without a word. Now there's no reason to take it, no appointment waiting there, but tonight I followed it anyway, like it was still part of the plan. Took the shortcut again, half by memory, half by chance. Didn't even realize it till I saw where I was at. Then I turned and headed home the long way, this time around, with a bottle of water in my hand, and the city settling down. Some habits leave all at once, some take a little longer. This one took the scenic route.